It's early Saturday morning and this small building in Forsyth County operating as Una Bendicion, a nonprofit helping fill the tables and pantries of Forsyth County's Hispanic residents.
Una Bendicion is a connection center, but I would say beyond that, it's about community and about coming together. So Una Bendicion basically translates to a blessing. And when you think about when you're going through a need and when you get that need filled, in Spanish, people are always like, oh, eso es una bendición. That's a blessing. And it's a common say, and it started as that. It started as seeing it, the help that we give and the help that we're able to provide is a blessing for not just the people that we serve, but for us as well.
Angelique is leading us to the basement where the food is stored. She started the organization. In the last 3 hours before they open, she and volunteers receive, stack, store, and count the product to be able to set limits on how much each family can receive.
Una Bendicion, we started as a food pantry, so it started as a need, especially in this area, the northeast side of Winston-Salem. We saw that there really wasn't that service, the food service, be able to provide food for the people in this area. And, Angelica decided that, the space was here. So she decided to open it in this area and be able to give back to where she grew up, to where her kids grew up. But the way it works is, they come, they get a number, they wait their turn, and they're able to go station by station and get to choose. They get a sense of, them being able to choose what kind of items they're in need of. A lot of times when you think about a food pantry, you just think about, you just get a food box and that's it. You're stuck with what you get. But here, they get that sense of choice in a way. And another thing that we thought about as well is being able to give items that are useful, especially for our Hispanic community, because they are, they love certain pastas, they love certain consomme, chicken bouillon and things like that, that in other pantries they might not think of, but we know that that's a necessity, especially in our culture.
At 10 o'clock, they gather for prayer.
Let's bow our heads in prayer. Lord, we want to thank you for this amazing day that you have brought.
The garage doors are open and numbers are called.
Tres. ¿Ya tiene usted el número uno? Ok, pase por favor.
The guests are then able to move section by section to select what they need to restore their kitchens and pantries. The story of Una Bendicion is remarkable. Angelica and her team of volunteers serve the community with staples and more. What you did not see in that part of the story is how all the waiting time is filled by various organizations, among them Healthy Forsyth.
We have people who are early birds and like to come very early, and that's because a lot of the stuff is first come, first serve.
Sometimes as early as 6 a.m., families are here waiting. The coffee and comfort gets some to come inside. At this point in the day, there are still 2 hours before the pantry opens.
So we're very blessed to say that we have a lot of partners that come here. A lot of them started as volunteers themselves, and they decided to, add that little bit of help themselves and be able to bring their whole organization to help. So I will say the majority of the partners that we have here is because once they have came here to volunteer and they saw a need and they saw how they wanted to jump in action and make something else grow and make it happen.
That's where we find our Healthy Forsyth coordinator, Josefina Acosta.
Yes, I'm a volunteer here with Una Bendicion, and I used to come every single distribution, and I noticed that people were here at 6 a.m. waiting until 10, and I thought this is a great opportunity because we have the audience, we have, the space, so why not? And then I started thinking about a research center, research information, and I said, I started working with Healthy Forsyth, and I said, let me get an initiative so we can do maybe wellness while waiting. I said, Wow, and it is www. And that is what we're doing ever since. That was on, we've been here with Una Bendicion for over maybe 3 years, and Healthy Forsyth has been here since January.
On this day, attendees who chose to come inside did Zumba. Healthy Forsyth calls this time slot wellness while waiting.
Wellness while waiting is that people, while they wait for the food distribution, they have some type of information and resources available in the community, especially in Forsyth County, and we bring that information to them while they wait.
The modern saying is teamwork makes the dream work, and that's certainly the case for the partnership refilling families' shelves and sharing information that can improve families' lives. Healthy Forsyth.